Just to throw more light on some of the questions that we could not attend to today in our section at Bourne Grammar School. So one of them I have here today is how do you identify your gift? Of course, we do say your gift is that which you do the best with the least amount of efforts. Now, identifying your gift, you've got to take some time to reflect on your life and ask yourself, what is that one thing in your life you know you do the best with the least amount of effort? Now, in most cases, I understand because you guys are still very young in your teenage age. You've not gotten to that point where you really know yourself that much. You don't have proper self-awareness of who you are, because at this point of your life, you're significantly being influenced by your environment, society, your parents, peer pressure, and all of those. But one thing is sure, your teachers, your parents, know that thing which you do the best with the least amount of efforts. So it's worth asking them to give you a list of things that they think haven't observed you, haven't been around you. They know you do very well. That's how you identify your gift. And in most cases, some of you already know that, but you just haven't picked on it. Because you have groups of friends who comes to you to like, oh, could you help me with my makeup? Could you help me with my hair? Could you help me with mathematics, with English and all of those? You know, you are the go-to person on certain things. That is your gift. The people around you in most cases will notice that which you're good at even before you notice it. So how do you identify your gift? Your gift is simply that which you do the best with the least amount of efforts. And if you don't know what it is, speak to the people around you, because sometimes you cannot see the picture when you're in the frame. You have to ask the people around you because they can see it clearly. They observe you, the people who are closest to you, your parents, your teachers, your guardians. Now, the other question I've got here is, how do you develop your gift? Of course, we do know that practice makes improvement. Practice doesn't make perfection like most people would think. It makes improvement. When you practice on something, once you've identified that which you are good at, you keep doing it, you practice on it, practice it every day. Spend time, commit to doing it, you get better. You know, a lot of times when I speak, people think I was born this confident and I speak like this. No, you see, I developed myself into the person you see today. I understood at an early age I have a gift of speaking, and I began developing myself. So what you want to do is identify your gift, spend time practicing, because practice makes improvement. You practice on that gift, you build on it, you observe the things, the mistake you've made, you take correction. It's important that in order to develop your gift, you must learn to review. You must take time to reflect and review on the things you've done and ask yourself, what could I do better? You take feedbacks. So the next question I have got here is, how do you build confidence? Of course, to build confidence, you must learn how to do the little things right. Whatever you find yourself doing, whatever you decide to engage in, you give it everything you've got. You learn to do the little things right, and soon you begin to build confidence in yourself, in your ability. They say whatever is worth doing is worth doing well, except you do not know how to do it. Because if you don't know how to do it, then of course, you're going to fail in a lot of things. If you do not know how to do it, the likelihood that you're going to do it and do it in a very brilliant way the first time is very slim. You could fail, you could do it and still get past, but you keep improving. Your confidence is built over time. If you keep doing the little things right, then you get to that point where you can actually take on the bigger things. For those who spend time in gym, you know you don't go to the gym and start lifting 20s. You start with 5s, you go to 10s, you go to 15, and you go to 20. Even as children, when we were growing up, you start by crawling before you start standing, and then you walk before you run. You don't just start running. So you build your confidence by doing the little things right, and that will help you develop confidence in your ability, in yourself. And then you can go ahead and do more. The other question I've got here is, how do you stay motivated? For me, I stay motivated by surrounding myself with the right people. Of course, they say if you surround yourself with 9 people who are failures, pretty much you become the 10th. In the same way, if you surround yourself with people who are not motivated, who demotivate you, they are down, pretty much soon you become one of them. You'll be like them. Birds of same feather flock together. Because there are times in life that we are all down. Even myself. I say this always, even the motivator needs motivation sometimes. Now, the people you surround yourself with have the ability of picking you up. So it is necessary that if you want to stay positive, you want to be successful, if you want to be motivated and stay motivated, surround yourself with people who can pick you up when you need picking up, with people who are of similar mindset, with people who are of similar perspective, mentality. Surround yourself with the right people. The things you look on social media should be things that keeps you motivated. Don't spend your time scrolling and following people who their lifestyle doesn't fit into the direction or what you want for you. So key thing here is to stay motivated, surround yourself with the right people, because life happens to us all. And life will happen to you someday and you're going to be down. You're going to need someone to pick you up. The next question I've got here is, how do you deal with people who disrespect you? Dealing with people who disrespect you is interesting because first thing first, it may just be a feeling that you feel you've been disrespected. However, it is necessary that you speak to them about this and then you set boundaries. You speak to them, let them know how you feel as a result of their actions, and then you set boundaries. Now, in most cases, some people will apologize, and in other cases, some would not apologize or even acknowledge that that which they have done has the ability to put you where you feel disrespected. Now, in order to be respected, you must first respect yourself. Nobody would respect you if you do not respect yourself. So first thing first, you respect yourself, and then you teach people to respect you by setting boundaries. Setting boundaries doesn't mean being rude, which is what most people out there confuse it as. Being rude is different from setting boundaries. It's just making it clear that this is a line for me that cannot be crossed. And if it's crossed and there's no apology, then you begin to distance yourself. Because it may be because you're making yourself too available. It may be because you're making yourself easy to reach. Scarcity creates appreciation. If you make yourself scarce, people tend to appreciate you more. So sometimes that disrespect may be as a result of the fact that you have not made yourself scarce enough to these people. So set boundaries, make those boundaries known. Don't set boundaries and keep the boundaries to yourself, because people would not know where you draw the line if you do not tell them. You don't assume they know. You'll be surprised, because we all have different limits to what we can take and what we can tolerate. So it's necessary that in every relationship you find yourself, friendship, you set those boundaries and you make those boundaries known. You make it known. So these are some of the questions today. How do you identify your gift? Your gift is that which you do the best with the least amount of effort. Find out that which you enjoy doing. Ask the people around you, they can help you identify it. The people who've really observed you and know you very well. How do you develop your gift? You learn by doing the little things well. You developed your gift by committing time towards that which you enjoy doing. You commit time, you develop it, you build it over time, because practice makes improvement. How do you build confidence? You build confidence by doing the little things right. As long as you can continue to deliver on the little things, you begin to grow, you begin to build confidence in your ability, in yourself, in you generally. How do you stay motivated? You stay motivated by surrounding yourself with the right people. How do you deal with people who disrespect you? You set boundaries. And you create scarcity, because scarcity creates appreciation. One last one here is, should I choose my passion over my gift? The truth is, depends on the stage in which you are in life, because as a matter of fact, for you young lads who are still in college, in uni, your passion has the ability to leave you broke. We live in a world where success is judged by how much money you have in most cases. In a world where without money you can't shop, you can't buy a lot of things. You cannot live the life you want for yourself. So it is necessary that whilst you're working on your passion, follow the money. Work because you need money to do that which you're passionate about. A classic example is, if I'm passionate about traveling, of course I need money to buy those flight tickets. I need money to book those luxury accommodation. I need money to go there and have a great time. Your passion could leave you broke. But there is time for everything under the earth, a time to sow, a time to reap. At this stage of your life is the time to develop yourself, understand yourself, know who you are. Because self-awareness is one of the biggest problems we're currently dealing with in our society. And a lot of people don't know who they are. Know who you are. That is the first rule of life. Oh man, know thyself. Spend time understanding yourself, knowing what you like, not what your peers like, not what society wants you to like, not what your family wants you to like, not the life created for you by the government or forced on you by the economy. But understand yourself, understand who you are. Your name is not who you are. Your job is not who you are. You know, who you are is much more complicated. So understand who you are. Self-awareness. Now, hopefully, I've answered some of your questions today. I look forward to getting more questions from you guys. Till we speak again, thanks for having me.